quite a few people that now have entered. But the although the qubits has gone down to 500 for entry, the prizes are less lucrative than before. And this isn't just about extrinsic motivation here. Intrinsic is affected because of the number of people that might enter. So even if you weren't in it for the qubits, you might be interested in it for the number of people playing it in it. So I'm hoping that the prizes get increased, because I think it affects motivation. To those that like the chess and don't care about the qubits are also affected, basically, I think, with less prizes. It's an interesting effect to see this, so I thought I'd mention it here. So more prizes might mean more people, but more diversity of opponents, etc. But with 34, I guess that's going to be quite good fun. But 500 qubits to enter, and the prizes are a bit like, so they're like this. So actually, to get your entry back, you have to be in the top 6. So it's a bit of a far cry of how it used to be. I'm not sure exactly about this, but okay, quite a few people have entered now. I've got a tough first game opponent. Try maybe a King's Indian. Yes, I'll try. I've got an idea here. Bishop d7. That's an idea. That's my idea. And knight e6, and not play c6. I'll be weakening d6. So I want to try and improve over this disaster I had recently over the board. If I can just keep d6 more solid than usual, just play for maybe bishop c6, maybe queen c8 as well. I think I've seen this idea as well. In fact, trying to get on the dark squares of h4, knight h7, just as long as long as d6 isn't so easily exploitable. In fact, can I? And at f5, that'll be a disaster for f5. So I'll just try and maybe simplify here. See if white's got any weaknesses. Oh, he's going after that pawn. So already, okay, I could be in a little bit of trouble losing that pawn unless it backfires on the h file, which is probably quite unlikely against this sort of opponent. I don't know. So I'm just the pawn down now, basically losing that h pawn without too much to say about it at the moment. I'm going to lose another pawn here. Okay, is there a bit of a vacuum, or it's just two pawns? There's d6 as well. It's going to be grim because there's d7. I'll lose the exchange, but he hasn't gone for that. There's rook a1. There's all sorts of goodies for white here. Can I play for rook a3? This d6 is always a bit of a concern. Okay, g5, there's f6. I'm getting really squeezed. I think maybe a sensible thing is approaching resignation now. I'm going to lose this pawn as well. And be mated ingloriously. So, okay. That's just the way it is here. So, save time or not? Queen b3, knight f8. I think he's on my king now. There's e7. So resign. If rook f8 e7, that's a bit crushed there. I don't know. I could try. If I'm playing him again, I could try a Slav defense. So I'll just close this Java thing. No. So I didn't use all the 4 minutes there. There's a few seconds left, so at least. Oh right. Okay, I'm on the scoreboard anyway. 35 after that. Important to lose quickly, win quickly as usual. Something very, very important to bear in mind. So if it is a completely clearly lost position, should really resign against such a player as well, over 23.50 or whatever. So okay, rank 35. He's up there. He's going to be mowing everyone down. I think I might be getting a free gift here anyway. This guy's on -2 and not moving. So if I get that free gift, I might be on the scoreboard. Ah, okay. No, he moved in time. It's got lag. Oh, this could last ages then. This game. Ah, this is unfortunate. Oh, it's going to be a long game. Is it my lag? Oh dear, I've got a very bad connection apparently. Whoops. Okay. Why does this look already quite uncomfortable? Bishop b5, queen. He's not going to play bishop b5, is he? That might be a kind of trap which some people fall into. Nope. So it looks pretty good for white so far. So I've got weaknesses. Queen d5, maybe worth considering for castling queenside. Try and use this f file later. This is going to be a long game, isn't it? If I try and kick this, will I get slaughtered? Knight h3, g5. I'm threatening g4. Okay, what about h5 here, just to try and get this h file. So I'm going to lose a g5 pawn. Oh, that's nice. I have doubled the queue, haven't I? Someone's already on 16. Okay. Oh, no, I can't take that. Let's go here. Try and use this. Just rook g8. In fact, rook g8 here is almost pretty good. He can bishop g5 and king h. No, he can't play king h1. So I think, okay, if I get this, alright, let's not count the chickens before they're hatched. I can play taking here now because that's not protecting that. Okay. Okay, so where will I be? Okay, 4. So that's alright, that's up there. 47 now invented. Yeah, I think there's an interesting experiment here in intrinsic and extrinsic motivations that, yeah, the people that might be attracted to the prizes add to the fun of the tournament, really, for the other people. So, -7. Okay, he's on -7 at 2143. So not a brilliant start, -7. But I wonder how well he's going to play. Now that's a bit unusual that people take on c2. He moved a lot with that pawn. He's moving another piece twice. No, not twice, but it's tempo. He'll be moving it twice now because I'm getting a tempo. But bishop e6. Okay, that's interesting. I'm going to target f7. And I think I'm going to leave it as a nuisance threat. With if I pin the knight, then there's knight g4 as a threat, nuisance threat. So, all right, I think time to take it now, though. Okay. And can I avoid castling kingside? Queen h4 looks dangerous. h3 looks unappetizing. There is a problem here. Can I do this to try and just kick this knight safely without g3 being a problem? So if say h3, okay, I don't know, that's, I'm covering, isn't that knight swallowed up here if I just take the knight's irretractable, isn't it? If I play queen e2, then where's the knight going? Then I just play g3. Alright, there's knight g4. Okay. Queen f3, f4. There's knight g4. Okay. What about if I try and do a queen sack with queen g4, rook h8, king d7? It'll be fun. It'll be pinning that knight there against that rook. Okay, so I'll keep that in mind for queen g4. Oh, I'm attacking that rook now anyway. I'm a bit down on the clock here. 47 seconds. Can I just stop? Oh, there's knight g4. I'm giving him a tempo for knight g4. That was very silly. Okay. This is a silly game so far, and I'm getting just down on the clock out of all this. So let's try and maybe f4. Alright, maybe the c file. I've got to get back on the clock, otherwise I'm going to lose on time. Oh, there's knight e3 now. I don't know, f5. Oh, this looks bad actually. Down to 25 seconds. I think my lag is pretty bad today. I'm going to lose on time, and he's got an entrenched knight. Unfortunately, I can't see this has been any good. This position. 19 seconds. I'm just going to end up losing on time. I've got no real plan. I can try and, I don't know, it's a bit desperate to do this. 16 seconds. I think I need to play a bit quicker in future rounds. 14. Okay, bishop e6. Or queen to e4, queen d5, bishop d5. Bishop d5 might be handy for getting queen a8. If I get queen a8 in, right, things have turned around a bit. Oh, there's bishop c4 coming up, or queen b5, or bishop c4. Okay, so here queen d7. Uh-oh. Oh, lucky. Down to the boy. I think my connection's not good enough. Lag at 626 milliseconds. It's not good enough for this tournament. I wonder if I've got something open I shouldn't have. Nope, fairly nothing much open. Can I just do this classic? Undermining f6? Not really. Alright. It feels as though I'm going to be ripped apart in the centre, but can I get in king f7? Play if he takes, rook e1, king f7, I'm hoping. Or even this. Would he take? Okay. It's not too hot at the moment. What about knight f8? Is this too provocative? I guess it's very, very provocative. You can take and then use the g5 square. Take with the bishop on the knight. Interesting. I'll try and keep control of f6 anyway. So I'll take taking like that to keep the bishop on f6. Alright, so has he got a direct hammer blow here? Bishop g6, I've got knight g6 at the moment. Okay, exchange of dark square bishops here. I'm going to try and get this g5 pawn at some point. Or g5, knight g6, and he's got f4. He's got f4. Can I do a pawn sack? I just need to get my pieces out, really. If I lose a pawn, but get to play knight g6, I just need to get a rook to f8 and stuff. There's queen c5 is going to be useful. Or not. Maybe this, trying to get this centre. No, I think my queen's got to stay around. Oh, this is big trouble. This is too passive. I don't see my survival chances here. My rook, I'm playing a rook down So I think this is gone. Oh, rook h7. He's giving me rook h7. I'm going to lose another key pawn. I'll lose the queen. Is it kind of fortress or not really? I've got this passed pawn here. I think it's resignable. This is a resignable position. Surely, because g6. I think just g6. I'm not really. Surely I'm not surviving this. He's got rook. Oh, he's got queen f8, so he's winning that pawn. Yeah, I can't get these pawns, can I? No, I think that's it. That was a bit horrible. And 20 is now 23:04 as well. Okay. So I'm not too brilliant at the start. Okay, I'll try this system with a view to a gambit. So this Alekhine Chattard gambit here. So he wins that pawn. Or if he doesn't, I'll play this move, which I've seen before. Played against me when I was playing the black side. Okay. I think there's a slight problem with what he's doing here. I can do rook h3 to g3, I think. That might be handy. Or if I just take here on now knight f7 and rook f3. Knight h7. I think rook, oh, there's knight f4. Hang on, knight f4 would have. I know the queen f7. So, but now f7 is just a simple problem with f7. So if rook f8, queen h7. So I think there's a problem defending f7. So that was a very simple but cute kind of maneuver. He's just losing a rook. And worse. More materials. Well, queen d8. Ooh. Queen d8. Or there's queen h7 here. Because my knight's protecting the rook. If I get queen g7, then there's rook f8. If knight f5, well, yeah, maybe g4, just to dislodge that. Knight h6, rook g7 for rook g8, or queen h6. If knight e7, well, queen h6 now is threatened. But someone's on 63. Can you believe this? He's won 8 games already. So, oh dear. Okay, forget the French defence for the moment. Okay. If yeah, if I can get something quick going. Mind you, knight e4 looks pretty good here. I think just knight e4. I have to play queen e7. Getting repulsed back. I wanted to play queen g6. That's far cry now. I can play f6, keep that fishing pole. There is d4 here though, so maybe cover the king first against this pin. If he takes knight e5, well, keep an eye on h2 here. just in case. Okay. So is there e4? So knight g5, e4 takes, check, king f1. Then what? Nothing. It's a problem. I'll do it anyway because it might be a little bit scary for some other reason. Alright, I think there's another reason now. Bishop d5, but he could take on e6 first. Alright, if I play bishop d5, cheapo that, rook h1. Oh, there's bishop. Let's just check. Okay, as long as I don't go into a check, I'm threatening. It's got queen f5. I've got queen e6, and then rook h1 still is threatened. Oh wow, there's rook h1 here. If rook d1, rook h1. Alright, will I have time? Oh, that's a bit lucky. Alright. Okay. Yeah, that was definitely pushing the luck. You shouldn't really be attacking with the king in the centre. Don't try that at home. King in the centre is just asking to be crushed, really. Going on to attack. So bishop. If I'm threatening knight e5 now, let's take that away. Right. So if I castle queenside, there's a little bit of pressure for d5. Okay, and this might echo to f7 here. He's blocked in that bishop slightly with this pawn move. d6 might be interesting to consider. Maybe bishop c5, but there's always bishop f4. Check to get out of such things. The king on c1 is still a liability for this diagonal. Okay, so I wonder queen d2 just for bishop f4. It sort of strengthens the d file. And that gives me bishop f4. But now I am losing an exchange. Because... oh dear. Oh dear. The bishop's fine there. I just hope this f7 business is interesting. If I play rook f1, I'm hoping f7 is interesting. Okay. Knight g4, queen b2. He's not really mating with queen b2, so I think I'm going to take that. Not immediately. It's pretty dangerous for me. But if I can take that bishop and c4, you know, I'm blocking the d file. Say rook d8, knight f6, queen f6, c4. Okay, I've got nothing on f7 at the moment. Check bishop c1, just to avoid going into the line of fire. There's bishop f7 now. Got to be careful about rook e1 mate. Bishop f7 to pick up that rook. Say queen b4. I'm picking up the rook. Is it really that interesting to pick up the rook? I can't really see. I can actually get rid of the rooks. It's queen g4. Maybe there's queen f3 or rook f3. And get rid of the rooks. I think that's the important thing. Is that knight hanging? It's sort of loose. It might as well be. It's danger, but it's bishop. Am I going to go into a mate? The bishop's covering d2. There's no queen d7 check. So king e2. I want to play bishop e3 on queen e5. Or bishop e3 here. Am I going to... it is a bit dangerous. But my queen is protecting the knight. But if the knight moves, then there's queen f8. So I might move... There's a check, which is annoying. Again. Oh, there's queen f5 picking up the piece. Oh, it was loose all the time. Oh dear. So he's material up. I had to lose the piece, didn't I? He's down to like 2 seconds though, so in practical terms, that's worth material. Such a clock advantage. So, okay. Okay. Try something maybe. How many players have entered then? So 51 now. He's weakening this diagonal. I think that's one of the problems here. So if I stick a bishop there, just queen h4 g3 because his knight's protecting e4. Knight e5, queen d4, knight d3, knight e4, queen e2. I don't really know. Now he's blocked in that bishop though, and he's going to have to spend time. I think this one is tasty for knight g3 now, because he's weakened g3. Weakness of the last move. Queen g5, maybe f6. I mean bishop g5, f6. But there's knight g3 here, so he's not going to castle kingside. And then, so if I just bishop e6 to stop knight d5, and then maybe just queen d7, then castle queenside. Alright, if I just take this bishop, it's kind of, it might be important later on the light squares. It'll be interesting to see how that solidity on the light squares changes later. Okay, so question, how do I get to the light squares? Okay, so knight d4, then taking then bishop h3 is a kind of light square thing. If I get this e5 square, if he wants to take with the bishop, it gives me more pressure on the e file potentially. Otherwise, knight f3. I mean, rook e8 and f5 just to blast through the e file now. Although it wasn't nice blocking in the bishop, but there's all these like trade-offs all the time. So I blocked in that bishop. F5 doesn't seem that appealing at the moment. Maybe g6, then f5. Okay, if he takes it, then rook f8. I don't think he can't play knight e5, so I just want to open up this f file. Alright, if I just win this pawn, is that a bit risky? I just want to win this pawn. So what does this mean now? It means, his rook's still not helping. I can't take because of that. He's on that. I'll just leave that like that for a moment. He's got a c file though, very resourcefully. He can take, and then he's got a c file. If I play c6 here, he can't immediately then play c6, but he's so short on time again. I think that's going to be a time. Right, so alright, I think Grand Prix attack. I like this sort of thing as well. I haven't played it for a while. So castling and ready-made plan. There's a good video on YouTube. There's a British Grandmaster that's got a video on YouTube, Gawain Jones. A sample. He's done a DVD on this. But it's a sample, which is interesting. Right, if I just do this for a moment, I think he's done a lot of the right things. And I'm going to lose d3. I'm worse now. Oh dear, oh dear. Just worse. Can I probe any weaknesses? I've just weakened this diagonal as well, so that wasn't clever. How to lose horribly. What about if I got rook d1 in? That would be probably right. Just worse ending. So nothing at the opening. I should have done the Morris Smith gambit. I think that's the moral of that story. I'm nearly getting the rook trapped here. So why didn't I play the Morris Smith gambit is the question now. Okay, what was the reason I didn't play Morris Smith gambit? I usually get better positions from Morris Smith. So, okay. What about... Nope, a4, a5 is the only thing to try and do something about this pawn chain. If I can try and weaken or invade on rook a4 to a7, I think that's the only use of the rook on there. Actually, can I not just... I don't want to give him a pass pawn, so I think I've got to seize this. I don't want to give him that passed h pawn, rather. Okay, so it seems better than before, slightly, that he hasn't got a passed h pawn anyway. In fact, there's a sort of bishop f2 to c5 idea. His king comes up, my king comes to greet his king, or not. A blockade? Not really. Okay, I'll try and go around here. I know king e3. Hope that's not a disaster. It might be soon. Bishop f4 and then e3 is a logical progression. Okay, so I'm under pressure. He's weakening my pawns. If I get a blockade, well, both of these are all blockading. The only thing is the clock, really. If I can set some problems here. Actually, bishop g. Oh, I had a skewer that could have solved all my problems. That's a shame. It shows some of the dangers that exist in the position. Oh, hang on, rook f5. But I seem remarkably to have some solidity. I did have anyway a few seconds ago. Now I don't. I'm losing more material by force, which he's not maybe taking advantage of. Oh, I just got a pre-move. Whew, pre-move fight there with bad lag. It's not one you can normally win, but anyway, okay. Just try to hold in there. That's all you can do sometimes. And the checks, if you have checks, then they're forced to respond to the check. So it's always good to have checks on the last few pre-moves of a bullet game. I mean, this is essentially bullet chess. Okay, so okay, if this f, oh, he's got my light squares, a view on the light squares. On the other hand, this pin, I've gone into trouble here before sometimes. C5 check. Gives him knight c4. What's the situation here then? Okay, I'm not too far off things with a bit of luck. So if he moves the knight, then bishop f3. Possibly he's pretty solid on the light squares. So this is a problem. In fact, that move increases solidity. Maybe d3 bishop doesn't really do anything. It activates more of my pieces, so it might be worth doing for that reason alone. In fact, concretely, queen d7 here doesn't do anything again, because the knights are protecting each other really. So it doesn't do anything again. Queen, if I get the queen h5, bishop e5 or something, it's going to take this to remove knight e5 resource. That's going to go. I'll get queen h5 in. Okay, it's not gone yet. In fact, okay, but he's a minute down here. He's a bit on the clock. He's not maybe an expert on the clock here. So okay, I got to keep an eye on this knight, but there's f4. So I think I've lost that knight because of f4. Whoops. No, f4 I just take. Sorry, hallucination. F4's not supported by anything. Okay, so it's okay for the moment. I'm not losing that e5 knight at least. Knight f3 is also tempting just to get a bishop. Right, knight f3 for check and stuff. Okay, he's on f7 potentially, but what about queen h? If the king moves queen h5, isn't that dangerous? So knight f7. There's no back row at the moment. Issue. Okay, I mean that's all good. So I'm trying to crawl up there. There's some pretty dangerous characters up there. Maybe d4 against this guy, which I think I lost earlier. Oh. Actually, I have this idea. No, I don't. Not in this position. There was an old Indian game recently, but it's not relevant here. I'm hoping he's going to give me some weaknesses to play on. Maybe c5. Venture c5 as a pawn sack. So he's got double pawns. I've got knight a4, attacking the queen. Unless he's going to have a big advantage here with bishop c6. There's knight g4. My king safety is surely a problem here. h4. There's bishop h4. Okay, I think get back here and do something about my king safety. There was knight g4 now. Okay, we'll just leave that there for a moment. What about knight c5? I'm losing that piece, so just get this out of the way. Oh no, hang on, this one here. Okay, so rook d3. If I want to take and cover the g4 square, but I want to sort of move this so I can attack this without losing this. So bishop a1 and knight c5 without losing b2 at the end of it. I don't want to give up the dark square bishop, although that is an option. Always. Now he's got c4, he's got bishop a, potentially one's rook e3. Okay, so what's going on here? He's using time here. Is he thinking about, what is he thinking about? Unless it's my lag or something. He's using a lot of time on this move. So if he takes, I get g4. If he plays c4, I can't see a problem. Rook e3. Rook e3 just to keep hold of things. There's also rook e5. Oh, I got that covered. That was. I knew I had that covered. Okay, he's cracked up there. I think he beat me earlier. That's good revenge. So It's not too far away. Apart from, ignore Faffins. It's not too bad at the moment. Too shabby. Okay, will I get a gift? No, I'm not going to get a gift. Don't expect any gifts. Okay. I don't really want to gambit a pawn there. Feel like that sometimes really backfires bad, embarrassingly. Oh, that must be a mouse slip. This is good news, I think, already. King F1 not castling. And I can probably play for E5 with the king on the F file if I get this. Okay, let's not get too excited. If I get my... traps his... Right, let's solidify this for this diagonal. So Queen B6, and just try and play on this diagonal with F2 and then E5. Queen B6, Rook D8, E5. So if I get to play E5 without dropping D5, okay. No, he's quite forceful, and he seems to be really discouraging E5 here. I could take on F3 for E5. Again, I got a problem. I can't play for E5 immediately. Okay, maybe he's got away with things. Unfortunately, he's got away with things, but it's, I don't know. He's got away. How did he do this? So Rook D8 though. Hang on. There's a problem here. The Rook is loose. There's no Queen F3. I think he's blundered. Bishop C5. I can just take in and Rook D1. Okay. I can just win a rook. Let's keep the exchange, keep the rook up. Okay, so this is good news. So just simplify now. I can, okay, take that. Okay, so I'm sort of up there a little bit. 17 minutes to go. I think Morris Smith or King's Gambit. I haven't played that for a while. I hope this is not going to be too horrible. This is a good line. I'm starting to regret this already. Oh, if I play C4, I'm going to make things worse. Have I just played the worst person to play possibly on the site in the King's Gambit? Or is this, am I just thinking this system is okay? Okay, he's just winning my center or not? So definitely not something to try at home or any club match, unless you want to lose horribly. So knight e4 to d6 though. There's some thing about this which might be positive if he misplays it. Knight d6, queen f7, for example. But he's going to play knight b6. I'm not going to have a chance for knight d6 because he just takes, and then my queen's hanging. If he knight b6, queen c3 is knight d5. Okay, he's giving me knight d6. That's good news. So can I do something about my king? I think I've got to get these guys out. G3? Just to try and win this knight and take on here if I can get my rook out. His bishop's kind of trapped, so if I take this knight, this might actually be a good idea, this G3 in this position. Knight B6 though is always a blockade with knight D5. Okay, I think I can keep an eye on... Okay. Alright. I think this looks good. for the moment. So he takes, I take here. I'm on G5. No, I'm not on G5 next. He just takes this pinned. I can just threaten mate. Take this guy. And then King F2, just to unpin. In fact, Bishop H6 if he takes. Okay, I think I'll take here. Right, unpin finally, and Rook's protecting the pawn. If I just provoke Knight F5 for Queen F7. There's Bishop H3 here to stop Queen G4 especially. Now this is still dangerous. Bishop F5 just to keep the H pawn protected. So if Knight F5, the Queen hasn't got immediately a major thing. I'm going to just make sure I'm not going to get horrible checks. Mind you, Queen H4 now. Whoops. What have I done? It's got Queen H4 coming up. Okay, that's not so bad. I thought you could have just taken then Queen H4. Okay. It looks pretty safe. Famous last words. So I'm on F7. Okay. I don't want Rook G8 particularly. Does that happen? Right. So 13 minutes 35. Just try and stay up there, I think. Obviously, I'll try and play actively against this guy, even though he's... Oh, what was that? I can't believe this is a good system against this, with the knight dancing like this. Because I've got D4 control, and that can't be that hot, surely. Can it? He's got no F3 knight, so maybe I can just go in all for an attack. Because nothing's stopping this. I probably want to move my bishop back now. There's Queen G3. Hang on. And there's Queen G4. No, there isn't Queen G4. I just take. So I'm threatening Queen H2. Well, there's HG here. Oh, that was silly. That's why I'm losing all the pieces. Ah, dear oh dear. So C3, I'm just losing all my pieces. What did I do that for? That was silly against the 2-2-6-3. It's not something I'd recommend against the 2-2-6-3. Losing two pieces for nothing much. Can I just about get this pawn? Not really. If I get the pawn, I get the e-file. If I get the e-file, maybe knight e4. At some point, it's dangerous. Or rook e1. Right, it's rook e3 now. Or knight g3. There's a bit of danger now. Knight g3, rook e3. Knight g3, rook e3. What has he done? What is he doing? He's giving me the game. He's let me back in the game. Big time. That was a swindle and a half. Swindle definition this game. Just two pieces down for nothing against someone nearly 2300. Okay. That's not how to do it, but anyway. Right, so what's happening here? I'm just ascending at the moment. It's a long pause on the second. That's a bit. What's going on here? A long pause on the second move. So is it my lag? He's got bad connection, or is it me? Knight e5 for bishop g4. No, he's not allowing that. There's knight d5 here. That's a pain. He's going to double my pawns. Okay. Yeah, he's going to trap the bishop. I don't know, king d2? Is that safer on d2? Oh, I'd like to put this bishop back on a2 actually here. And for possible bishop e6. If bishop e7 and knight g5 g6, maybe there isn't h5, queen g5. What about knight e5 then? There's hg, there's rook d2 after. I think I'll give him that pawn. Get this h file will be something. Okay, let's see, knight d7. It's not really convincing, this rook d2, I don't know, he defends with g6, knight g4, I don't know what I've got here really, but it's just blasting down open files with the h file. That's the real thing. I lose the pawn, I get the h file. So takes, check, rook d2, okay, knight d7 here for bishop f6. I've doubled his pawns, the rook h3. Things looking up. Okay, okay, I'll check. Alright, hang on. Put the king away from checks. In fact, I can play g4 here for g5. Okay, and I want to emphasize the dark squares with something soon without losing the rook. So h6, queen e5 after. Okay, he's got queen h5 for this one. What about c4? Keep this guy out of e2. But I can't shift his queen. Can't shift his queen. I can protect, just in case I forget about e2, double protection of e2. He's only got 10 seconds left. Reinforce the fortress around the king. d5 is possible. Oh. 2 seconds. I'm not being mated just yet, so just crawling up there, 6 minutes 44 to go. I think Fafan's really crunched the field today. Congratulations to him winning. Whoops. Whoops. Okay. Okay. Diet Coke time, I think. Oh, that's good. 56 eventers, and let's get out there. So what can I do in 6 minutes? I can't really realistically catch him. Is he not? Is he gone? Oh, he's already disconnected at the start. That's a shame, isn't it? Does that mean I have to wait 2 minute 10? Oh no! I'm gonna have to wait 2 minute 10 because the game seemed to I don't know actually. Probably. If this is not timing out, I'm gonna have to wait. So maybe this is a good time to ask about videos. I've been a bit lax on the videos recently. Summer approaching. I was thinking about doing some Anna and Coulson encounters just as a sort of warm up for the World Championship match. Maybe. I think I might be interested in that. Okay. I'm just checking my email. Okay, so if you want to come by the Kingscrusher Cafe on Chesscube, it's a room on the left. You click rooms and you scroll down the bottom, and there's rooms on the left. And there's other YouTube celebrities as well, like Chess Network just next door. It's cool. So it's all pretty cool at Chesscube at the moment. But yeah. Forfeit by disconnection, 2:15. This guy, did I have a tough game against him earlier? He's on 22. No, I think I got him. Yeah, so I haven't lost that many in this tournament at the moment. With 4 minutes to go, probably unlikely to change. And if I drop the bishop back, in fact, pigeonhole the bishop on here, and then I can play this cheap stuff without worrying about knight e4. So that's all good fun. Okay, how to proceed with the cheap stuff. So f5 e4, you can always exchange off queens, but I do dislodge the knight. So if he's got knight d6 now. If I put the king on g8 then, okay, so now I will have e4 dislodging the knight for queen h4 potentially. I'm going to lose all my pieces on the queen side in the process here, or not. And a rook a6, is that palatable? Just to keep the bishop there for a moment. He can play c5 to kill my bishop. I can put it on c7. Not, yeah, it's got knight d6. Can kill it over there. Okay. Okay, time to take that one. It's not really that hot, this position, as usual. This rook wants to swing across, does it? Maybe. Oh, nearly losing a piece the way I'm playing things. Okay, the rook does want to swing across. Okay. So now knight e5, or even queen e5 if he's not doing anything about that knight, just h2. It's all cheap. But I just need a quick win, obviously. So the style of play is very much influenced by the tournament. If it works, it's okay. So might help get third. If I can win another one, might even get second. You never know. But there's only 1 minute 16. I think my problem was I didn't play Morris Smith earlier in the tournament. Or I don't know. It was difficult following that leader. Let's just try and blast through on here. D6 is okay. It's no big deal. So I've lost the light square bishop, but there's only 30 seconds of the tournament left. So am I worried? Not really. D6 again is echoing as weak now. Can I do this? It's got knight e4. There's maybe bishop e5 there. I can get out of this pin. Okay. This b4 business. In fact, bishop e5 just to threaten. Tournament's completed now. On a happy note that I'm actually, rook g6. I'm close to winning this. Well, it's a winning position, it seems, because I'll be winning that bishop on d7. There's just not enough time here. If I get this h file open though, there's knight e7 on the cards. Third. That's a good result though for the weekly. Okay. Rough at the start, improve later. Comments or questions on YouTube. Thanks so much.